Hello guys, and welcome to another quick tutorial from Vintage Radar. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the watch battery on your Guess Quartz watch. Today's model is going to feature the 377 watch battery type. This is going to be the AG4 or also the SR626SW. I would definitely recommend to go and purchase Renata batteries, since these are going to be higher quality and they are going to last longer. And I'm going to leave a link in the description box below to the battery and to the watch tools that I'm going to use throughout the video. For this tutorial, I'm going to use the metallic pair of tweezers, a back case opener, and a non-metallic pair of tweezers, in my case the carbon version, which is going to be used in order to grab the new watch battery in order to replace the old one. Now, I would definitely recommend to go and purchase the basic watchmaker toolkit. As you can see right here, you are going to have the back case opener, holder. You can open snap off backs and also screw down backs, and also guys, you can adjust bracelets and change the straps. And then at the end, we are going to use a watch press in order to press down the back of the watch. So this snap off back, in my case, cannot be pushed down, so press down with your bare hands. So you are going to need help, and that is why you need to pre-order all the watch tools in order to be able to replace the watch battery. I'm going to use my own tools, so I'm going to use the back case opener, and what you want to do is to look on the side of the watch until you find a small lift, so a small opening, as you can see right here, where I can insert the tool in between the case and the back of the watch. So I'm going to take the back case opener and I'm going to go in between the two, just like this, in order to be able to push the back of the watch upwards. So I'm going to show you how to do that. You are going to hear that small click or snap. That is maybe also why they call it a snap off back. I'm going to place the back of the watch right here, and now we are going to have access to the watch battery. You are going to see this plastic holder, so watch movement holder, on some of these watches. Sometimes they can cover the movement as well, and when you want to remove these, you may want to make sure that you do not touch the movement and remove the plastic in order to have access to the battery. In our case, we do not need to do that, since I have access to the battery as well. For this particular model, what you want to do is to take your pair of tweezers, insert it right here, so one tip, and gently remove the watch battery. Sometimes it can jump around, and since I'm going to use the same watch battery, since this is almost new, I'm going to maneuver it with a non-metallic pair of tweezers, so the carbon version. And on the back of the battery, we can actually read 377, and that is how you know the exact watch battery type that you need. Once again, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below to this particular battery type, but in case you have a different watch battery type, maybe you have a chronograph, maybe you have a more complex movement, you can always look at the videos on this YouTube channel, as I have videos for other watch brands, Seiko, Citizen, Guess, Fossil, and so on. So make sure to check them out, and I'm pretty sure you are going to find the exact battery type or the exact movement type that your watch has. And now what we want to do is to insert the battery at a small angle so that it goes underneath one of these metallic plates, and then try to push it inwards from the other side. You can also try to use the back of the pair of tweezers, or you can also use your finger, especially if you have a finger caught, so a rubber part that can be put onto the finger so that you do not leave your marks on the watch battery. So after you have pushed the watch battery all the way inside, you can look on the front of the watch and make sure that the watch is ticking. Once you see that the watch is ticking, that means that the watch battery was inserted correctly. Now what we need to do is to put back the back of the watch, and here there are going to be a few principles that we need to follow as well. First of all, what you want to do is to take the back of the watch and look for this very small groove right here. As you can see, a small opening within the case, and that is going to be placed right where the crown or the watch stem is positioned. So just like that. Another easy way is to look at how the Guess is written on the front of the watch, or the brand name, and the writing should always face the same way. So this is another easy way to know in which position you should place the back of the watch. Now, since this particular snap off back cannot be pushed back with your bare hands, I'm going to use the watch press. And here what you want to do is to search through all the caps, so all these plastic rings, and search for two, that one is going to go underneath and one above. And what you want to do is to make sure that all the pressure that you are going to place on the front of the watch is going to hit the bezel or the watch case. So the bezel or the lugs of the case that can be found right here. And what you want to avoid is to have any pressure onto the watch crown. So as you can see, this is almost at the limit, but I can actually see that I can rotate the watch crown. So in my case, there is a small, so very tiny gap in between the two. Now I'm going to take the snap off back and I'm going to put it right here. And the second thing that we want to look for is a cap, so this plastic ring that is going to perfectly match the back of the watch. In this way, I'm going to have all the pressure onto the back of the watch and not in the middle or onto the case. And once again, make sure to avoid to have any pressure onto the watch crown, because you can easily break it or bend it, and then your watch is not going to work anymore. Then we are going to apply some pressure, and we are going to maybe also hear that snap. And that is a very good indication that the back of the watch was put back into its place. Then once again, make sure to check that the watch is ticking. Make sure that you did not scratch or break the watch crystal or damage the watch case. And then all that is left to do is to set the time. In our case, we have the time only, and simply pull the crown to the last position, set the time, and push it back in. So guys, that was the quick tutorial that I had for you today. You now know how to replace the watch battery on your guest watch. Once again, this is going to work with the 377 or the AG4 watch battery. I'm going to leave a link in the description box below with the watch battery, with the basic watchmaker toolkit, and also the watch press in case you want to check them out. I would definitely recommend to go and purchase all of these upfront so that you are prepared when you open the watch. And also you can easily look on the back of the watch for a serial number for the exact model that your watch has. It can be a guess or a different brand, and you can easily find online the exact watch battery type that you need to pre-order in order to be prepared to replace it once all the tools and the batteries have arrived. So in case you enjoyed this tutorial, guys, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this YouTube channel, it really means a lot. Also, if you would like to purchase your first vintage watch, make sure to check out our website vintagereda.com, because we have thousands of vintage watches for sale, link in the description box below. Thank you guys for watching, leave a comment, let me know if this video was helpful, if you managed to replace the watch battery, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one.